Hello again. Today I will be doing a review on the silver 2019 Toyota CHR, which stands for Compact High Rider. This model is an LE version, which is a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder continuously variable speed automatic. It is a front-wheel drive subcompact SUV with 144 horsepower and 139 pound-feet of torque. I'm excited to be reviewing this vehicle here. I almost bought this car about a couple of years ago. I purchased a Buick Encore instead, but I came very close to getting this one. So I'm very excited to have it today. Now this is a 2019 CHR, and I love the way it looks. I love the side more than the front. But on the side here, you can see that it's got a futuristic look to it. And I'm all about that with cars, so I love the design on here. But if we start with the front and the headlights, it's got halogen headlights here, and it also has the 3 circles which are LED daytime running lights, which is right there. So the lights they look pretty good. The front I don't like as much as the side. The front is just not much of a big deal for me. But if we come over to the side. On the outside mirror, it's got a turn signal on the light there. And coming to the back door, you can see it looks like a coupe, the way this is designed, but the handle is toward the top of the door, which is awesome. I do like that. And we'll get in the back here a little bit later. Now, these wheels, I hate these wheels, but this is the lower trim, the LE version. These are steel wheels, which has a hubcap on it. But I wish it was the upper trim where I could see the wheel on that one, which is an alloy wheel, and they look pretty good. But this on this model, it looks crappy. All right, as we come around to the back here, I do like the wing at the top. It looks very sharp, very sporty. I like that. Let's see if I can get a different angle of that. Yeah, that looks really sharp. And of course, there is a windshield wiper blade on the back window, which helps out, especially with this type of car, because there are blind spots, which will point out. But actually, I'll just kind of talk about it from the outside angle here. But when you're inside, it is difficult seeing in these angles back here on the C-pillar, and on this one in particular, when you're trying to move over to the right lane, you have to be very careful. And I'll show you from the inside in a minute. But coming around the back here, I like the way it looks. I like the lights on the back here. Now, most of these models have a CHR emblem toward the bottom here. This one does not have that. I think on the upper models they'll have that, but this one doesn't have it. All right, so coming on the inside here, on the door, this is hard plastic. There's a little softness to it, slightly. And now this here is very soft. This is very soft right there. Now this is some hard material. I do like the pattern. It is a diamond type pattern that you'll find throughout this car. And you can fit one water bottle just perfectly in here, not much else, but you can fit that. Now, speaking of the diamond pattern, it is also here in the door frame. Now, on the seat, on this model, this is cloth material, and the seat, it seats really well. I have no complaints. The only thing I wish it had, and I'm sure the upper models has it, is the lumbar support. It doesn't have that. These are all manual controls for the back seat and whatnot. I was trying to make the seat go a little bit higher, and I thought maybe you would use this to pump it up, but didn't work out. so I think if I'm 5'10", I think if you're shorter, you would definitely need that ability, and perhaps the models that are a higher level than this one, maybe they have that. And speaking of CHR, you can see it on the floor mat, which is dirty, but it's engraved on there. Okay, and this model does have automatic down for the driver and the passengers, and you can control all of them, and it will come up one little click. So that's nice. And if you're the passenger, you can control the automatic down or the automatic up. So that is nice that it provides that for the passenger. All right. And the material on the dash here, this is a very nice material here. It's a soft plastic. This is hard plastic up there. It goes all the way around. And then when it comes down here, this is a somewhat soft plastic as well. And when you come on each side of the gear shift, this is hard plastic on both sides of that. All right, I'm going to get the key out and start the car up. Now, this model does not have the push button start. It has a key, and of course, no fancy features on it. And you just kind of push this button here, and it flips out. Now, this steering wheel, let me turn this off. The steering wheel here, it's got tilt and telescoping. It doesn't telescope a lot or tilt a lot, but it's got it. And let's come over here, because when I do these reviews, I always start off missing things on the left side of the steering wheel. But of course, you've got control for your light, and it looks like there's some blank spots. Probably the upper models have some other things on those. You push that button to open the gas cap, and then you can control how bright your cluster is. And of course, there's a latch underneath this to pop the trunk. Now, you've got the standard things on the stock. You've got the blinkers and the feature to control the windshield wipers and the lights on this side here. And on this stock down here, you've got a feature to control your cruise control. All right, coming to the steering wheel, this LE model does not have leather wrap steering wheel, but the other ones, the other models do have that. But on the steering wheel, you can control the volume of your radio, change your stations as well. You can sync your phone for Bluetooth, and it has that feature. And on this side, you can control what's on the screen up here, which is 4.2 inches screen. And let's see here. And of course, on this one, I'm zooming just a little bit. On this screen, you know, basic things, your miles per gallon, and then how many miles of gas you have. And of course, I'm going to use these buttons over here. But you arrow over, and this one is regarding the pre-collision feature. And one thing that the car has, I'm going to go to another screen. Well, since I'm on that one, of course, if you have messages, you can probably read them on that screen there. Now, on this screen here, I'm going to push this button for that one. It is a pre-collision system, and if the car is on cruise control, and if it's getting too close to another car, it will automatically slow down. And I tested that out, and that's a nice feature. I do like that it has that. So it will make sure that you're not getting too close to a car, causing an accident. Now, one thing I don't know, I didn't see if it did it yet, if it wasn't on cruise control, if it still slowed down if you weren't slowing down. So I hadn't been in a situation to try that once, but it didn't happen. Maybe I wasn't close enough. So let's go over, let's see what else we got. All right. And on this feature here, this is a lane departure warning, and you can control how sensitive you want your the system to be with letting you know. So you can control that from a low level to a higher level, things like that. Okay, it's got a steering assist. Now that's on, but I haven't noticed that actually worked today for me. But it's got that. So that's nice, a standard feature that it comes with. So I do like that. And you can arrow down, and you can control which drive mode that you're in. And of course, you've got the normal, sport. The normal, sport, and economy mode. And when you're in sport mode, it's supposed to give you more steering wheel feel, is what the manual said. I have been driving in sport mode, and the car has great handling. I noticed that, so I was very surprised by that. But if you want to save gas, of course, then you come on down to economy mode, and you can do that. Now, if you have an upper level CHR, you'll have more items that you can go to on that screen. So I'm going to put it back to where it was. All right, now coming to this next screen here, there's a glare. I don't know where the glare is coming from, because the sun is not out. But anyway, on this screen here, this is an 8-inch screen, and you can control several things. This is I think it's called InTune Radio, and it doesn't have Android Auto, but it does have Apple CarPlay. And I believe the model previous to the 2019 didn't even have that. I do have an Android phone, so I hate that it doesn't have, it doesn't have Android Auto. I do hate that because I don't have an iPhone. But you can go to the menu, and you can select what features you want on that. And of course, when you're hooking your phone up to see navigation, you would hit the projection button so you can see the map from your phone on the screen. And the radio sounds pretty good. Yeah, I was very impressed by that. And there are 6 speakers in the car. Of course, another feature you have, this model doesn't have it, but it's got maps. So if you have that feature, a navigation feature, you can, of course, use that. And again, and this one is not installed. And not much else on that screen. All right, and if we come down a little bit, we have this piano black color. That looks pretty good. That surrounds the console here. And of course, just features, control your heat and where you want the heat to come out, etc. Now, it does have a dual climate control. I do like that. And let's see here. Let's turn this on. Yeah, so you can control what you want for which side you're on. So I do like that. That's standard. That's very short. I like that. Coming down, there are 2 cup holders in the car, and there's one up here, and the other one is back here. Now, sticking with up there is a little compartment there. My phone wouldn't stay up there, and I don't have the biggest phone in the world, so I don't know what you would put up there. But it's storage, so I'm all for that. And that's the USB port here, and another little plug-in that you can use. And of course, when you want to hook your phone up to the screen, to the car, you would use your cable and plug into that. Alright, coming down here to the gear shift, this car is a CVT, which stands for continuously variable timing. You know, it's kind of loud at times, so I'm not a fan of it. But just getting to the gear shift here, it is chrome on the top here. You can drive in manual mode if you choose by pulling it all the way back and to the side. Coming further back, you have when you put it in park, this parking brake automatically comes on, and when you take it and put it in gear, that light will go out. Yep. But if not, you can manually control that. And of course, if you're on a hill, you've got a button to hold so the car doesn't roll back. So it does that, and you can control your traction control with the button over there. The center console, this is padded, so that's good, and you share it with the passenger. And there's a little switch here, and you pull that up, and it's pretty deep, and it's got a 12 volt in there. So it's narrow, but it's deep, so you can put a few things in there. Okay, on this side here, there is a glove compartment, and you just there's a button down there, and you just push it, and it is damped, and it's a decent room for this car. Yeah, decent room. One thing I want to mention, going in reverse, it does have a backup camera. And it's very clear, but the problem is they've got lines on there, but it does not have trajectory. So if it's you're turning into a space, backing into a space, you don't have help with that. And I don't know, with the safety features that they provided for the car, I don't know why they would not have provided trajectory lines. I was disappointed by that. Coming to the rear view mirror, this is automatic dimming, so that's nice that it has that. And of course you can control your lights from up top here for the driver's side and the passenger side. Oh, and there's that diamond pattern again. I don't know if that serves as a function or not. Alright, coming over here to the sun visor. It is a mirror that's on here, but it does not have lights on there. And that's for the driver and the passenger as well. And speaking of the diamond pattern, you can see it's on the ceiling. So very sharp, and that's on my driver's side as well. So I do like. One thing I want to mention is that in the front, it does have these handles if you need assistance getting out of the car. So it's got it on the driver's side and the passenger side. Okay, I want to show that C-pillar, which is a huge blind spot on both sides of the car. So when you have to look over your shoulder, that window is so small, so obviously that doesn't help if you need to see. So you'll be relying off of the mirror, the rear view mirror. But that's pretty thick. You know, I still like the style of the car, but if you're going to get a car like this, you have to be mindful that that's a huge blind spot. So getting this car, it would be a good idea to get the blind spot monitoring feature on the car. That would be extremely helpful. Some people were complaining about the rear view mirror. I'm sorry, the rear view window I don't have a problem with it. I had a Chrysler Crossfire that was more narrow than that. So I personally don't have a problem with it. I could see maybe what they're talking about because of the headrest. They're so large, except the one in the middle. But because the one in the middle is so small, that helps out a lot. So I haven't had a problem with driving this car today with that window like that. But that's dangerous right there. All right, as far as the headroom, it has pretty good headroom. I am 5'10", and there are several inches above my head. So if you're 6 feet, I would think that you could fit in here just fine. And I don't know if it's maybe 5 inches or so, 5-6 inches above my head. Again, if I could raise the seat up a little higher, I would do that. So that would reduce that. So let's get in the back seat and see what that looks like. And I'm going to see what it's like sitting behind myself. All right, and before I get in, the door, I was going to say it's the same as the front. Actually, this is harder. This is a harder plastic than it is in the front. Oh, and this is too. This is hard plastic as well. So they kind of didn't do the same. They weren't consistent. The diamond pattern again, which is down there, and again on the side here. It looks like that's an airbag, according to that tag there. Okay. Okay. Well, I fit just fine. I would prefer that the back of the seat is tilted forward a little bit. But my legs are fine. My legs are fine, but I would prefer that the seat goes up just a little bit. Just a little bit, yeah, because it makes it a little bit claustrophobic with that back like that. Now, some people have complained about this door. On the door, it goes up there. I think it's kind of cool, though. But I don't see a problem with it. But I understand what they're saying. If you're going to be a passenger, if you're going on a long trip, you wouldn't want a window that small, that's kind of cut off a little bit. So I get that. But, you know, it's all about the driver. And there are no vents back here on this model. I don't know if the other ones have it or not. And 2 people would fit back here just fine. 3 people would not. It would not work. If you got to get someone from point A to point B, you can work it out. But for comfort, I wouldn't do it. And it's interesting because I think I sit back here better than I do in my Buick Encore. So that's interesting. And also, this model does not have an armrest for the passengers. Yep, doesn't have that. And there's a light up the top there. Okay, one thing about when it's time to get out of the back seat, for me, being 5'10", it does take some work. Let's see. Yeah, getting my leg out is not the easiest thing. So if you're taller than 5'10", keep that in mind. Okay, now we're going to check out the trunk space of the CHR here. But let's see here. I believe it's here. You actually you push the button here as long as the car is unlocked, and then you pull. And since I'm having this up, the backup camera is right there. Now, this is 19 cubic feet of space. One criticism that I have, it would be nice if the floor was lower. It just seems up high to me, and I don't like that. This model does not have a cargo cover to cover the items, but I'm sure that is an option that you can have. This does have a spare tire, which is under the carpet, and this piece of material here. So it's got a spare tire and tools, so that's great, and some cubby holes to put some tools if you need that or other. And if the seat is down, it's 36.4 cubic feet. And let's see if I can lay it down with the seat where it is. Okay, looks like I have to take the headrest off. Let's pause and do that and see. I'll do one side. Okay, actually I'm going to do it on the passenger side. That seat is in a different position than my seat is, and actually it will come down on this side. So up here you have a latch. You just pull that down, and it goes down. And lays flat, so that's good. Let's get a different angle. I'm not going to be bothered with the other side, but you get the gist of it. But that's good. That's good that it lays down flat, because in all SUVs they don't actually lay down flat. One other thing I forgot to mention, there are some little cubby holes on the side back here. Don't know what you would put there, but there are some cubby holes. Okay, and the CHR, the handling is really good. I can't go fast where I am because there's an extreme speed limit in the park here, but I was somewhere else and I was testing out the handling, and I was very impressed by this car. Of course, I have it in sport mode where it's supposed to give you more of a steering wheel feel, but and as far as the ride, it's not harsh, it's firm, and it's not it's my Encore is smoother over bumps than this car. And am I going the right way? I think I am. Yeah, my Encore is smoother over bumps and sound. I had to look around to see if earlier I had to look around to see if the back windows were down a little bit because I heard the wind so much. But so between the wind and the engine noise, depending on if you're trying to speed up or something, that can be annoying after a while. It does do great with passing on the highway. I didn't have a problem with actually either emerging into traffic, so it did pretty good with that. It's not a fast vehicle. It gets about between 10 and 11 seconds from 0 to 60, so it's not fast at all. But I was impressed at how it was able to pass cars while I was driving on the highway, so it did pretty good with that. And I'm going to go on the highway up here, and I'm going to go onto the ramp, so you'll probably be able to hear how loud that it does get. All right. So as you can hear, it screams when you give it the gas so you can get out in traffic, and it's that's annoying. So that's the CVT for you. Recalls. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that there are 3 recalls for the 2019 Toyota CHR. Number 1. Seatbelts as of December 2019. The seatbelt webbing sensor locking mechanism may not lock as intended. Number 2. Equipment, tire selection, rims as of March of 2019. The text on the low capacity label may become illegible. Number 3. Powertrain as of October 2018. The rear axle hub bearing bolts may have been insufficiently tightened, causing the bolts to loosen and damage the rear brake components or cause the rear wheel to detach. Crash test. The National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration gives the CHR 5 out of 5 for frontal and side crashes and a 4 for rollovers. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety rates the CHR as good overall. Well, that concludes my review of the 2019 Toyota Toyota CHR-LE model. Remember to do your research prior to the purchase of any vehicle. Which auto will you choose on your next vehicle? If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for future reviews. You all take care.